All right, I think we're going. My name's Tyler, and I'm going to be working on Compass Calendar, which, if you don't know, is a minimalist calendar, which, as of a couple months ago, I open sourced. And after doing that, I haven't had much time to follow up on stuff, but now I got things cleared up, and now I do have more time. So here's the GitHub, and you can see there's not a lot there in terms of issues and roadmaps. So I'm going to focus on that for today. And in this little sticky, I'm going to show what I'm working on. And I'm going to try to narrate it as I go, but I'm also trying to get something done at the same time. So I won't be talking a ton. So I'm just going to set a timer on my phone for 30 minutes. And I'm going to start working on getting these issues a little better. So let's do it. Let me make sure I'm streaming on my other monitor. I'm live. Sick. Okay, so first things first. There are a couple of things I haven't documented yet that I do want to get done, and I think would be good for some newcomers if they were interested. So this is one already where I identified a bug where the month picker isn't the right size, and maybe I should just start by making that more clear. So here's the local app running, and when it's December right now, December 9th, and the issue I'm talking about here is this. It's very narrow, like too narrow, and there's no there's less padding, but when you go to the next month, it shows up as it should, like it's a little wider, and it works for the previous month. And what I think is happening is this button just isn't is only rendering on previous or next months, and I don't need the button there. I don't want that button for the current month, but maybe I could just hide it, or you or whoever's helping could just hide it during the current month so that the space takes up and the width isn't changed. So I said that in brief in that issue, but I'm just going to add some pictures to make that more clear for anyone. Trying to really set the bar low for this first one, or make it super easy to get started. So let's see. Here's what I wrote already. Okay, here's where I'll put the images. Can I just drag it over? One sec. There we go. I'll call this one wide. All right, dragging it over there. Call this one narrow. Put that up there. Let's see. All right, cool. Let me just add a little note about these. So is how above is how the sidebar width above shows how the sidebar width is excessively narrow when viewing the current month of December. This shows the expected sidebar width when viewing next or previous month. This should be this width should be when on the current month. Cool. Is that clear enough? Let's see. When viewing the month picker on the right sidebar, it should be the same width when moving to the next or previous month. The current picker is narrower than the next or the previous one. And here's how to replicate it. You can do the shortcut or click that menu. Notice the width of it. Yep. Go to the next month. January. Yep. It's wider. This show, right. Possible solution. I think this is because the today button is only rendering when on next or previous months. One way to fix this is always show the today button, but hide it. Okay, and then in context, maybe I'll link them to the doc site. So let me show you what I had there. Do calendar.com. All right, dark mode, that's better. Okay. I wrote this when I was launching it, and they should be able to, I'm hoping they can just go through this and get a local setup going. So once they're here and have that going, then they should be able to get it working locally and fix it. So I'm gonna link that section. To replicate this locally, follow the onboarding guide, like the getting started guide up to the start and dev mode. Here we go. Look at me cruising through Markdown here. All right, so I'm telling them to go there, go to this part of the doc, and view your calendar at, well, it already says what you got to do there. So now I'm thinking, okay, they fixed it, they got going. Do I want to enforce tests for this? I don't, it's not really a functionality test. So what I was initially thinking is like, do I want them to write a test that shows somehow that this is wide enough? And I don't think so. I don't have snapshot testing set up. And what that would do is, I think, do a diff on the elements, and maybe, I don't know if they would show a width difference, but like if the width of the sidebar ever changed again from being wide to narrow, like say someone accidentally deleted the today button, this thing, then it would flag it. But it's not that important right now. Like, it's very clear when it will have been fixed, so I'm not going to do that. But is there anything else they would need to know? Let's see. Okay, I think that's good for now. Right, y'all? Is that clear enough? And I put that in my project. Okay, yep, that's in to do. I like that. Cool. We got one. We didn't create it, but I feel like that's in a good spot. Let's see. This one, I know someone responded to that. I definitely want to get to it, but maybe after one other thing I had noted down. Let's see. Right. Okay. I want to do one more like good first issue bug fix. So let me just set it up. It's about testing. So good first issue. Something with bugs. Yeah. We're going to add to that project. it has to do with removing configure React testing library to avoid warnings. So I think this is still happening. Let me double check. What I mean is, here's the code, and let's open a terminal. What happens is, what's the command? Yarn. I forget even my commands. I want to run web tests. Test web. This is not crucial. In fact, it's been going on for a while. It's annoying, and I don't think it's going to be that hard of a fix. But it's running now. That warning's normal. That happens when there's too many build files, and it goes away quick. So I'm not worried about this stuff, but what I am talking about, will it even come up? Here we go. We got some going. Did it go away? What? Maybe it got fixed. I did do some... okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. So all those tests passed, but there's just a lot of warnings about this component or that component not being wrapped in an ACK statement, which has something to do with React testing library and async tests. So it looks like I'm setting state during an effect hook, and it's hard for the library to know for sure that whatever I'm testing works without wrapping it in an act. But I think what actually happens is I need to update the library, because I've looked at this before and the tests themselves are fine. It's just I think it's a library dependency thing. So let me try to do that. I'll say now we're creating docking testing issue. All right. I'm sick of like leaning over. Can I get this thing to stay? Will you stay for me, buddy? Okay, that's better. All right. Let's just do, maybe I can just do one test and get like the full error output. So which one would it probably trigger? We're going to the web stuff. And yeah, okay, I had it in a test folder. Maybe like an easy one, like the form. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, geez. Did I just comment half my tests out? I think so. I think I was having issues before open sourcing it, and I was just like so sick of all this testing BS. I'm like, let me get it going so the CI works. But clearly I was having issues anyway. So I'm just going to run one and see if I get those errors. I have the debugger triggering on any node process, which is why it's listening, which is nice because then I can step into tests, but it does get noisy when I'm just trying to run them normally, like now. Oh man, it's slow. Okay, yep. I'm getting all the stuff. Oh boy. Could I just, I don't know, do I make a video or, okay, it looks like I can get all the, not even. So yeah, the terminal, it's too much for even the terminal to save in their history. But let me just do a good sample here. That's one. And we'll put it here. How's that look? Yeah. All right. Is that sufficient? I think that like it's mostly just repetitions of that same error with different files and components. Yeah. 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 Okay. And yeah, you see the test does pass. Maybe let me just make sure all the tests aren't passing. because so this should fail. I'm going to get rid of that. And that's a warning because okay, let's do it properly. Get by roll, right? Yeah, okay. So I would expect this to fail. I'm just double checking that it does. So that doesn't have to do with the test itself, but more the config. I'm seeing I'm on main now, which the main branch, which is kind of scary. I don't like doing that. All right, it failed. Good. Let's just make sure the error. Okay, it's printing out the good. Good. Going back to what we had. And just for my sanity, we're going to a different branch. TBD. I don't like being on main if I don't have to. Scary. Very scary. All right, so let's just talk about what we did to reproduce that. So I don't know if everyone has their jest or VS Code set up to have this run button, so I'm looking for like the command that would do that. So let me just run it again. Okay. Node, blah, blah, blah. So it's something like yarn jest here, event form test. And it's just doing, I do have two tests, so let's just, do what's going on here. Where you're finding the individual test in the suite by the title and see if that's working. I can't see. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right? Yep. That delay, I think, happens is because there is so much error output being in memory that it's hard to stream it all, and so it like just waits and then it just, all comes out at once at the end, I think. All right, here's what we're gonna run. Run a single React testing library. So I'm trying to make it really clear to see what's happening from where should this be? From compass root. Okay. So is that all you have to do to replicate it? Obviously, like cloning the source code. Is there anything interesting that is happening there? Or is it like obvious that they would know? Get the code. I don't even think you need this. No, I think you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, so same thing. Like you don't have to run it in dev mode, but you have to get up to this point. So let's make that clear. Set up your dev environment. to follow the setup guide up to, what is it? The start in dev mode section. Oh man, I'm like, I want to write code, but I know it'd be even more efficient for me to get y'all to help me, and so I can just document it. I don't know. I just during this week at work, there was a lot of meetings, and I was stuck for a while, so I wasn't actually like producing a lot of code. So I just have that itch to like cut all the BS and write the code. But the truth is, documenting and being clear is not BS, and it actually makes it all like the process a lot more efficient, because whoever following up like can actually understand what's going on instead of reading it all themselves. So it's important. It's just not as satisfying sometimes. You know what I mean? All right, so I feel like that's set up and the output is good. So let me just make it clear. Notice the act warnings. So I know this is documented somewhere else. Possible solutions. So let me just link to discussions or where I think someone could start off and make some progress on this. And I'm looking on my Notion on the side, which I'm not streaming just because I feel like I've written this down for myself already. So I might already have it. Act warning. Right, keep it. I said, all right, so I do got an issue. Boom. This was from a while ago, so it might not be the most relevant, but yeah, we're talking about the same thing. Lot of talking. Oh goodness. All right, and they're like, don't do this anymore. All right, okay, released in RTL 14. Which version do I have? Oh, let's just check the package. This would be in the web, right? Dev. I do have 14 something. But this is 14. Oh, this is 14.4. Maybe that mismatch is part of it. This guy's getting the same thing. Yeah, 14.0, 14.4. Still happening. All right, we'll file that away. Does it have to do with React 6.17 or 18? Or React DOM? Okay, I have some notes about how it was happening after I upgraded React DOM to version 18. And I have this thing here too. React hooks testing library, 18 migration. All right, here they're talking about the wait for stuff, which is related to the async loading. That might be part of it. I am not gonna find the answer right away. And what do I got? I got 6 minutes left here, so let's just document it and help people out for when they start. Possible solution. React testing library dependency. Updates. That could be one, or else could it be? I think that's the ideal one. There is a way to get around this by actually wrapping everything in an act block like it says to. So if you wrap the whole test in act, or the assertion in act, it works, but you have to always do that, and that's really hard to read. So I don't want to do that. So let me write that. One workaround is I'm going to say avoid the workaround of wrapping parts of the test in act. This makes the test much harder to read, maintain, and debug. It's also a worse developer experience than the verbose logs. All right, so I don't want them to do that, to just wrap it in act and submit a PR. Now let me show my links. Here are some links that I believe, I have a feeling the solution will be related to updating dependencies or configs, rather than I'd like to avoid any scenario where where Compass's RTL tests, individual tests have to be modified. All right, here are some links to help. Here's some relevant links about this issue. All right, there's one. There's two. Boom. All right, let's see. How does that look? Oh, I missed a section. Expected behavior. Tests. React testing library. Tests run without any warnings. Act warnings appear during tests even when tests pass. Okay, so I said how you can do it with one test, but you can also do, you can also say or yarn test web to run all the web related tests. Boom. All right, we got 2 minutes left. I might go a little over because I do want to respond to my guy who asked a question in the other issue. Let's do that. Snoop. Quick scan. Boom, 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 boom. I like that. I'm okay with that. Not perfect, but I feel like it gets the point across. Command palette. All right, this is a feature. I don't know. I might got ahead of myself in doing this, but command palette that maps existing shortcuts and common actions and provides a description. Okay, so all these shortcuts currently are in the app now. Let me just show you quick. C creates an event. Oh boy, where did that even go? Okay, it creates like an event, and the next available 15-minute interval, which would be 9 here. J goes to the previous month, K to the current month, and that's just because it's where your fingers lie on the keyboard I use. T goes to today, or if you're already on the current week, it scrolls up to that line, and then we have a bracket for the left sidebar. I think that's it. So they're in there, but just no one knows about them. So I have hover, we have a W and a M for those lists. I didn't even include those. I forgot about those. Okay. W for, what does W do? Add to week. Oh, my timer went off. All right, bonus time for us. We're going to go for 10 more minutes to get this wrapped up. Add to week, sidebar list. Add to week list, and then M for add to month list. All right. You know what? This is going to get long, and I don't want to edit it if it gets too much longer. So I'm going to wrap this up off live, but if you made it this far, this was the first live ever, and that's pretty cool. So I'll see you in another one soon. I have not figured out how to stop these yet. Okay, stop streaming.